What is it about, you think, about your organic fertiliser that really makes a change in the vegetables?
Well, the main reason is that once you've got that right balance in the soil, that's why I keep saying to people, you need that soil test to actually determine what is missing in your soil. If you don't do this sort of thing, you're like stabbing in the dark. It's like a needle in a haystack. You put on so many kilograms. Now that gentleman up at Barralaba, I'll refer to that again. He only needed 80 kilograms per acre, and he flew that on with a plane. 800 acres was flown on with a plane, and within 6 months, his cattle that he turned off that paddock was 62 kgs heavier than his dad's, because him and his dad worked together. His dad's got quite a few acres, a lot more than what Raymond's got, and his dad sold his cattle in September, which was 60 days later than Raymond's, and they were 62 kgs lighter. So he got his money back in the first 12 months of actually putting it on the paddock. Plus the fact that he would have, and he said to me, he said, I've still got 200 head of cattle in the paddock. I said, well, I think you'll get your money back.
Now, Bevan, I remember you telling me a story about a farmer who was using, I think it was like a hay bale type of, the bales, he was getting a certain amount of bales out of that.
Oh yeah, there's another gentleman that had this is going back about 5 years. He put the products on his paddock, on his loosened paddock, and the windrow was nearly twice the size of the area that he didn't do. And he said to me that, I said, what's wrong with them 2 windrows on the other side there? He said, oh, he said, there's a shed on the other end of the paddock there. He said, that's where it stopped. Those 2 rows were on the other side. And when we actually done the analysis of it, there was 4.5 litres of nutrients to top up where he put the product, but where he didn't put the product, he needed 17 litres of nutrients. There was that much difference. Plus the fact that he got 6 bales to the acre more of hay off the paddock when he finally counted the bales. He's now, it'll be 12 months later, which is 4 years since he actually done the paddock, and they had a bit of rain last July, August, and in September he harvested the paddock, baled it all, because he went and done the whole farm. Once he'd worked the figures out, he put 500 kilograms to the acre. That's in that situation, and he got 400 bales. He said the most I've ever got is 300 bales. So he's got a 30% virtually of increase in production, and that's something like 4 or 5 years later, still working for him. He still tops up a little bit with anything that's short, but main thing is it's really showing up in that respect in the loosen. And we've just walked away from a loosen patch now that looks pretty good.
So, Bevan, the reality is you have a fantastic product that you've developed and you know how it works. Why would someone choose you over some other competitors who use chemical fertiliser? Why is that?
Because the main reason being that it actually improves the quality of the soil. You get a better stand of crops as time goes on, like we showed in the cucumbers and beans and lettuce, all those products. Rock melons, another instance is that you can save water with our products. The water situation, when I started getting involved in the ingredients that goes into this product, we found that improves the water usage. Instead of using 2.8 megalitres to grow a crop of rock melons, say, they only used 0.8 of a megalitre of water to grow the same crop. But it didn't stop there. It was the produce that came off that farm that was much better. It was keeping quality was much better. The flavour was much better. And this is where they can make money out of it, because not only are they saving the water that's going on, the crop can be held in storage for up to 6 weeks or longer. Whereas if you don't get involved in this sort of thing, he had a situation where it was all dumped within a couple of days of arriving at the markets. I'm talking about rock melons there. The rock melons were the product that he was growing, and when he sent them to the markets, they dumped them the year before, and he changed and went to go to all organic. produce, organic fertilisers to improve the quality of soil. And the product's there for probably up to 20 years. Once you've got your soil right, you don't have to add as much nutrients or fertilisers in the coming years, just to top up.
So in theory, Bevan, what you're really saying is once people use your fertiliser, it goes deep into the ground, it softens the ground, makes things grow so much more organically, and it's actually being very good for the environment. Is that a fair call?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very, very much so. It helps the environment. Your soil becomes more friable and holds the moisture. I've got one bloke here, one farmer that's actually said he was going to go back to urea as a bit of a joke. He just said to me one day, he said, I think I'll go back to urea. And I said, what's brought that on? And he reiterated, he said, well, we've just had all this rain, everybody else's dam's full. Mine's not. The water won't come out of the paddock. I said, you don't have to pump it back.